Good morning. What a great day to be a Razorback. Are we excited about Razorback football? I think it'd be fair to say that. We're excited about Razorback football, aren't we? We certainly welcome those of you inside the beautiful Fowler Center. We welcome those of you watching and listening around Arkansas, those of you on the internet, watching and listening wherever you may be. It's certainly an exciting day. It's a celebration. It's a new beginning. And that's one of the things that makes today special, a new era of Razorback football. The first person I'd like to introduce served as our interim athletic director. She began the search that has culminated this week. She's our vice chancellor. She's our senior associate director of athletics. Please welcome Julie Cromer-Peoples.
Chuck, thank you. We appreciate all of you being here for this very important day in Razorback football. It was almost 2 weeks ago that we initiated our search for our next head football coach. We had plenty to offer, including our history, our tradition, our facilities, our very passionate fan base, and also our competition in the nation's best conference and most difficult and challenging division in college football. We set out to find a coach with a relentless work ethic, with a high degree of accountability, the ability to hire quality staff that can match wits with the SEC and particularly with the SEC West, the ability to maintain good relationships within our state and beyond to attract the nation's top talent. We also were looking for a coach who is demanding but still relatable to the student athletes of this generation. And very importantly, we were looking for someone who would embrace the culture of our state, our university, and our program. Today we introduce a coach who not only meets all of those desired traits, but also leads an exciting brand of football that is both successful and entertaining. He is an innovative tactician who puts his players in the position to succeed. Chad Morris is about developing young men on and off the field. His high school coaching roots in Texas, as well as his collegiate stops at Tulsa, Clemson, and SMU, have only further solidified his relationships with coaches throughout our region and have led to distinct success on the recruiting trail. As we engaged in this process, one of the individuals I reached out to was former Razorback Athletics Director Terry Don Phillips. In that conversation, he expressed not only his confidence in Chad's coaching ability, but his absolute belief that he would be a great fit for the Arkansas program and would embrace what it means to be the head coach of the Razorbacks. I believe as our fans get to know him, they will see what I, Terry Don, and many others have already seen, that Chad Morris is prepared and is the right man to lead this program. I want to thank Chancellor Steinmetz for his unwavering support throughout this process. He afforded us the opportunity to move forward purposefully and efficiently with a coaching search, even though our department was in transition. Shortly after Hunter was hired as our new athletics director, I was able to share with him the status of our search and our determination that Chad Morris should be offered the job as our next head football coach. Hunter enthusiastically agreed, and with the approval of the Chancellor, we moved quickly to make the offer. As you can tell by the presence of Coach Morris and his family here today, he answered our call. In addition to the Chancellor, I would like to thank John Fagg, Clayton Hamilton, and Matt McCoy of our athletic department staff who worked directly with DHR International for their assistance in search logistics, background checks, and final paperwork in accordance with all university policies and procedures. And finally, I would like to thank our athletic department staff and especially our executive leadership team for continuing the daily work of supporting our student athletes and our coaches and support staff over the last 3 weeks. Coach, you'll find there is no better staff in the country, and we're ready to lock arms with you. From the beginning, I was confident that we could identify an outstanding coach, that we could maximize the many strengths of our program while taking on the challenges and opportunities of competing in the SEC. I have no doubt we have found the right coach to lead our program. And as a Razorback Nation, we have many things to look forward to as we enter the Chad Morris era.
Thank you, Julie. Arkansas is going to love Hunter Yurachek. We had an opportunity to meet him yesterday, and I know he's excited about having the opportunity to go to all corners of our state and meet you. And if you would, welcome to the podium right now our Vice Chancellor, our Director of Athletics, Mr. Hunter Yurachek.
Well, good morning. It seems like this is Groundhog Day for me again. I think I was sitting right here at this exact spot at this exact time yesterday, but not as much pressure on me today because I get the pleasure of introducing our new head football coach. But just wanted to thank all of you for being here first and foremost in support of our hiring of Coach Morris. It's certainly been an exciting few days for me and my family since Chancellor Steinmetz called to offer me the opportunity to come here to the University of Arkansas to be your Director of Athletics. I want to say thank you to those who have reached out to me from this community over the past 24 to 48 hours to welcome me and my family to this great state of Arkansas and to the University of Arkansas. I look forward again in the coming days, months, and years to getting to know each of you and serving as your athletic director. But today, again, is not about me. It's about meeting our new head football coach at the University of Arkansas. And before we do that, let me take a moment to introduce his lovely family that's sitting on the front row, starting with his son, Chandler. Stand up, Chandler. You got to stand up. His daughter, Mackenzie. Mackenzie, you want me to tell him where you go to school right now? Okay. All right. I won't tell him then. I won't tell him you go to Texas A&M. Okay. And his lovely wife, Paula. You heard from Julie about the search, and I want us to give her one more round of applause. You have no idea the fire she was thrown into here in the past couple of weeks. And she just did a wonderful job in showing her leadership ability and leading this football coaching search. And my role in this search, and I just want to be very clear, to use some football terminology, she had taken this search to about the 1-inch line, and it was a big scrum of players, and I was a big, hefty lineman that came and pushed the ball over the goal line. That's really where we were, and she, you don't know what she's been through in the past couple of weeks until you talk to her and really know the fire that she's thrown into, and she just unbelievable leader in what she did to get us to this point today. I also want to thank Chancellor Steinmetz for all his leadership in this process. The Chancellor is in Little Rock on business today, but I'd be remiss if I did not publicly acknowledge his tremendous contribution to this announcement we're making. When I spoke to the Chancellor about the athletics director position, I naturally asked about the status of the football coaching search. He assured me that the search was proceeding in a positive direction and that he was confident under Julie's guidance that we were in a great position to hire an excellent and great football coach to lead our program. And he was right. When I heard that we were on track to hire Chad Morris, I was excited and I was on board from the start. Having been around college football and nearby in Houston for the past few years, I was well aware of Chad Morris. He was a highly successful and innovative high school coach who built an incredible resume before taking his talents to the college game. As the offensive coordinator at Tulsa, he helped the Golden Hurricanes to a 10-3 record, leading one of the most prolific offenses in the game that year. In his 4 years at Clemson, he helped Dabo Swinney build a foundation of a program that resulted in a national championship and 3 consecutive appearances in the CFP. Coach told me when he first got to Clemson that the program at Clemson very much resembles what the program at Arkansas looks like today. How exciting is that for us right now? In 2015, he went on to SMU, and he did a remarkable job there. You guys may look at his win and loss record at SMU, but you may want to go back one more year. That program was 0-12 in the 2014 season before his arrival. At the University of Houston, we competed against that 0-12 SMU team that year. We competed against the 7-5 SMU team this year, and I can tell you there was a huge difference in those two programs under his leadership. But to know Chad Morris is to know far more than the X's and the O's. He's about people. He's about investing in the lives of young men who play for him and those who cheer him on. One of my best Chad Morris stories is he was recruiting my son earlier this spring, and my son was invited to one of their prospect camps this summer at SMU. My wife called me from that camp, and she said, "You want to know what that Coach Morris is doing?" And usually that's not good when my wife is going to call and tell me something like that. And she said, "There's over 400 kids at this camp. He has gone through the stands and he has introduced himself to every single parent that is sitting in the stands, and he spent 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes with every parent." That speaks volumes of the quality of the person that Chad Morris is and how he invests in relationships, especially through the recruiting process. As I mentioned in my remarks yesterday, due to our location and our history, Arkansas has a tremendous opportunity to recruit some of the nation's best talent in Texas and throughout the region. When Chad Morris walks into a high school wearing that Razorback red, there's a great chance that the high school coach already knows him. But more importantly, they know where he comes from, the success he has had, and what he stands for. I'm excited for the fans of Arkansas to get to know him. And now, without further ado, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome to the podium the 33rd head football coach at the University of Arkansas, Coach Chad Morris.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Go Hogs, right? Yeah, there we go. What a great day. What an incredible day. And there's so many people to be thankful for and just a incredible opportunity. I just want to kind of piggyback off of what's been said earlier. Special thank you to all the people that were involved. Chancellor Dr. Steinmetz for taking time out to come to Dallas and visit. Obviously, the relentless effort of Julie. Thank you so much. Had to try to tell her last night about 10 o'clock up here at the football office to please try to go home and get some rest. We got this, and she's done an incredible job, and is such a pleasure to be around. Senior Associate Athletic Director John Fagg as well. Just want to thank you all. It's a great opportunity and to put the time and the investment in to come and search for a head coach has been incredible. I also want to thank Jimmy Sexton, a very dear friend of mine, and couldn't be here today without his support. Our new athletic director, Hunter Yurchek. And Hunter, I appreciate you and what you've done. Obviously getting to know you over the time that we have and competing in the same conference. Thank you to the opportunity to be the next head football coach at the University of Arkansas. I promise you, the more you get to know me, I won't let you down. Our staff won't let you down. We want to win. Make no mistake about it. We're here to win. We want to win. We want to win championships. And that's what we're going to do. And that's the process that we're involved in right now today. I also want to thank so many other people that have made this day possible for me. I want to thank my former players and our staff all across the state of Texas and all my high school stops across the state of Texas. Wouldn't be here today without the support of those guys and all the many players that are now Arkansas Razorback fans. Now, I've gotten about 890 texts as of this morning, and a lot of those are from former players and staff members. I also want to thank my former players and staff that I was associated with at the University of Tulsa and obviously at Clemson. That those guys are so near and dear to me. Coach Sweeney, Coach McCorvey, those guys have been very instrumental in my success all along this journey. I want to thank those guys and the many players that I recruited along the way. A special thank and a belief in a Deshaun Watson, that a young man that I looked at as a freshman in high school and got on him recruiting and built a strong relationship. He's like a second son to us. And want to thank all our players. And to all my former players and staff at SMU and our administration at SMU, It was a very emotional day yesterday. The more you get to know me, you'll understand this. To walk into a group of young men, 118 young men that have sold out for you, believed in you, and entrusted their livelihood with you, to walk in and to share with them that you're leaving. It was very emotional. A lot of tears were shed. I stood in front of them like I'm standing in front of you, and told them how much I loved them, how much I thanked them, and I hugged every one of them, and we all cried together. But and the many texts that they've sent me mean so much, because we do. It's far more than about the game of football. Football is just what we do. It's not who we are. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a son, and I'm extremely proud of an opportunity to touch one life that may touch another life along this journey. To my daughter Mackenzie, that's a junior at Texas A&M, to my son Chandler, which is a sophomore at Highland Park, and they're still in the high school playoffs. They got a big game Friday night. To my beautiful wife Paula, thank you all for being my rock, my inspiration, my team. You give me so much. You allow me to do so much of what I'm so passionate about. And I want to say thank you all. I love you all. I love you dearly. This is what I was meant to do. This is what God has blessed me to do. And it's to coach football and impact lives. You'll find that it's far more than just about the coaches. The staff that we'll bring in here will have impeccable wives that are the home run hitters, that truly are so much a part of what we are and who we are and what we're trying to build. The coaches' kids that have to sacrifice so much for their dads to be away will be around. You'll see them around a lot. So now we get to do something special in the greatest conference in the country and build one of the greatest programs in the country. And we get to lock arms and we get to do it together. We will become the model program for all others to follow. I want to thank the Texas high school coaches. I want to thank the Arkansas high school coaches. I know we've got some Arkansas high school coaches here today. I know that their season is winding up. Some just finished, won a state championship. And I've already been in contact with a lot of these guys already, a lot of relationships that I've built along the way. I'm a high school football coach, and I'm extremely, extremely proud to say that. And if you've never been a part of a fraternity of high school coaches, you won't understand what I'm about to say. But when you're a high school coach and you're able to walk in and you know what you have to do, you have to wash the clothes, you got to line the field, you got to meet with boosters, you got to meet with the English teachers, you got to be in the lunchroom on lunch duty. You get it. And when I'm able to walk into a high school room and a high school coach's office and sit down and relate immediately to what their day-to-day life is. To our high school coaches in our state, we're here for you. This is your university. We're here for you. We want to make your life better. We want to make your job better. So we're here for you. We need you. I need you. And we're going to lock arms together with you to make sure that we all benefit and we see this program rise to the top as such a historic program it's been and get back to where it was in 1964. So you're always welcome here. To the Razorbacks past, present, and future. A program that has 42 bowl games, 13 conference championships, a 1964 national championship, and more to come. The Razorbacks from the past, I got a plan. I need you. I need you to be a part of this. This is your home. We're going to make a special effort daily to welcome you back. We want you here. We need you here. You're welcome back with open arms all day, any day. The Razorbacks present. I had an opportunity to meet with our team yesterday around 4:30, and it was such a pleasure to walk into a room and to see a group of young men that were hungry, a group of young men that were wide-eyed and doesn't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And I told them to hold on because it's going to move fast, real fast. And you better be ready when you come back in January. But I also saw a group of young men that, and I want to give a credit to Coach Bielema. I'm sorry, Coach Bielema. I want to give credit to Coach Bielema on the impact that he has had in those young men's lives. I know that they were kind of drifting out there for a while, and just but you could see the impact that he's had in their lives, and as far as touching their lives from the whole previous staff. That'll go a long way as we develop the relationship as we move forward in developing the new staff coming in place. So the Razorbacks of the future. Again, recruiting and retaining is our top priority. We're coming. We're coming fast. We're coming at you. The jet's fueled up, and we're ready to go. We're excited about it. We came here to win championships. We look forward to the guys that want to be the best, because that's what we're about. Because best is a standard at the University of Arkansas in every aspect of our program as we grow forward. Our first order of business in the short term is putting together a championship caliber staff. You'll see that coming into play over the next several weeks, and signing a premier class, which on the signing day on the 20th will be so critical of getting the guys in place. So that's why it's important to take over right now. Our staff, our recruiting class, will go to work on establishing the culture that will be set that will take us to the next step, to the next level. Our mission for this program is to prepare young men and young women for success, because we'll have young women that will work in our football offices, and they're just as much a part of this as to prepare them for success both on and off the field for the rest of their life. The culture of Arkansas football will be about winning championships. To win championships, you have to develop champions, and not just on the football field, but in the everyday life. Champions as people, champions as students, and champions as players. All three go hand in hand, and being a champion is not an event, it's a lifestyle. We don't want to win once in a while, we want to win every day. Offensively, you won't find a more explosive offense in all of college football. When we got to SMU, we were 128th in total offense, and we finished 8th in the country this past year. That same offense created excitement, created a top 10 finish, national championship appearances, and a national championship team at Clemson last year. So you'll see an exciting brand of football that'll be spread sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone. There won't be many time to sit in your seats. We'll go fast, we'll play fast, and we'll have fun doing it. Defensively, we'll be built around stopping the run. In this conference, you have to stop the run. I firmly believe that. I'll hire the best defensive coordinator in all of college football. That's our standard. We'll be physical, and the one thing, when the horn ends on Saturday afternoon and the game's over with, I want our guys extremely upset, because they have to wait another 7 days before they get out there and hit somebody again. That's what we're going to build on the defensive side of the football. Special teams, we're going to be aggressive, we're going to be explosive, and we're going to look to take every advantage of winning a ball game and creating turnovers on our special teams units. So moving forward, for our program, our message for this team, and what's next, the time is now, the place is here, and I'm humbled to be and honored to be your head football coach. The process has already started. The process of being better today than we were yesterday, and being better tomorrow than we are today. So with that being said, it's an honor, it's a privilege to be the head football coach at the University of Arkansas. The one thing you'll never have to do is you'll never have to tell me go. You may have to tell me whoa, but you won't ever have to tell me go. We're going to put it in the left lane, we're going to put the hammer down, and we're going to have fun. And I want to thank you all for coming out today, and go Hogs.
Thank you very much, Coach. At this time, we'll do a Q&A with our members of our media. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Please give your name and affiliation, and we'll take questions.